Hello, do you drink Romanian wine? Sorry, do you drink Romanian wine? If you don't now, you should seriously consider starting. So, I discovered a fantastic little article in Harper's Wines and Spirits which says there's a UK revival for Romanian wine happening right now. After a 10-year hiatus, Oddbins have signed a deal with Crămili Ricas Winery, which has secured a national listing in Oddbins for its Pinot Grigio, which is from the Banat region in western Romania. Now, if I'd been organised, I would have tried to actually track some of that down, but unfortunately, my local Oddbins didn't have any. So, what I have instead are two other Romanian wines and some fascinating information about Romania and the wine producing there, because I have to say, I knew nothing. Maybe that's because I'm just naive, maybe that's because I wasn't interested, maybe that's because I didn't know they produced wine. That's crazy, because where doesn't now produce wine? But let's have a little chat, shall we, about Romania and their wine producing. So, Romania is one of the largest wine producing regions in the world. It ranks between 5 and 10th and 11th on various different websites. I haven't actually managed to find one that ranks it kind of perfectly, but it's up there in like the top 15 easily. It's got a winemaking tradition which dates back 4,000 years. 4,000 years! And it all even manages to tie itself in with some sort of mythical history about Dionysus, or Dionysus, I can't pronounce it, so sorry, the god of wine, who they think was actually born on part of southeast Romania, the Dobrogea region. Now, the actual winemaking industry in Romania has gone through various phases or stages which have really affected the wine producing. First of all, we had the period in the 19th century up to about World War I, where there was really quite close relationships with the French, which were made even closer when in the last 2 decades phylloxera actually decimated the vines and led to a lot of French replanting. So that a lot of French vine varietals actually came into Romania at that point, which really changed the face of Romanian wine quite considerably. In the interwar period, this was characterised by closer links with Germany and Austria. Wow, they like making friends with their neighbours, don't they? Yep, this was the point when the spritzer wine came into being. Shame I don't have one today, but I'm definitely interested in finding out more now that I know there is one. I didn't before. Communist rule, 1948 to 1989. A lot of things happened, and it did in wine as well. 3 distinct wine-producing organisations developed. First, research institutes. 2, wine estates. 3, cooperative vineyards linked to state wineries. Problem with that? Emphasis was put on quantity rather than quality. So, post-1989 and the liberalisation of the economy, well, positive things. The cooperative vineyards have been returned to their private owners and research institutes have redefined their role in the wine sector. Now, this has meant that suddenly there is a lot of wine being produced in Romania, and I think it's time for us all to get a little bit more interested in it because it is at bargain prices. So, before we get on to the bargain prices of the really quite astounding wine, just to familiarise yourself, grape varieties in the Romanian this area that they are produced. And we have the European varietals, which are things the French brought in the 19th century. But then we also have the remnants, the old vines and the old Romanian varieties, which have fantastic names. Listen to this one. Fetiesca Negra, the Black Maiden. Followed by Fetiesca Alba, the White Maiden. Fetiesca Regala, can you guess? Yes, the Royal Maiden. And then Tamiosca Romanesca, Romanian Incense Maiden. Although I have to say, back on the back of this bottle, it actually says that and Tamiosca Romanesca, an indigenous Romanian variety known locally as the frankincense grape for its aromatic qualities. So, incensed, it might be more frankincense. There's a lot of various literature out there on Romanian wines. I've tried to just, take the crucial bits for you here. Okay, so 1.7 the total arable land of Romania is under vine, and this has been estimated about 242,700 240 to 100,000, 700,000 acres. 242,700. Numbers are not my forte, but you can tell it's a large area. So, on to the wine. Well, I've chosen 2 wines to have a look at today, and these have been chosen because I feel they give a good spectrum on really what is being produced at the site there. Right, first of all, the Pinot Grigio. This is by VID00060 selection. On the back it says, it's grown on the gently sloping hills of southwestern Transylvania. In the ancient land of Dacia, this wine is a living testament to 2,000 years of winemaking tradition and excellence. The first written history of Dacian viticulture comes from the Greek geographer Strabo, 1st century BC, who described the world's first prohibition. Barbista, the king of the Dacians, the ancestor of today Romanians, decided to uproot and burn the vineyards of 89 BC to stop foreign invaders being tempted by the renowned wines. 2,000 years later, long traditions and modern winemaking technology have transformed the fruits of these ancient lands into an exceptional range of wines at value for money prices. This is a 2008 30% volume Pinot Grigio at $5.99. That is something you're going to notice about Romanian wines. They are priced very reasonably. So, move this one to the side, and let's try with Pinot Grigio. Now, that's really interesting. Just comparing the two. The Pinot Grigio, it has very distinctive green nose to it, a lot of green fresh fruit. I would describe it as that smell when you're walking through the freshly cut grass that's slightly damp, or a woodland, and it's not unpleasant. It's very, very green and fertile and rich, and that's what I'm getting on this nose. Right, let's try it. Often you'll find in wine you'll have it's almost like a very, very thin backbone, which is like a lemon, like a core lemon idea or a lime idea. This is bringing together lemon and lime, a bit of sort of lime rind with a little bit of lemon zest, a bit of a bite to it. There's almost like a slight frizzante, like sparkle on the end of my tongue. It's one of those Pinot Grigios, something that kind of gets you excited because you're not expecting it. It's not as full-bodied as more expensive wines, but it does hold its own. I'm still tasting it, and I'm still enjoying it. It's refreshing. It's an aperitif or a light evening drinking wine. Yes, I don't have a problem with that, and I think for the price point that's really very reasonable. But let's go on to something which I think will get you a little bit more excited. For those of you who like a little bit more than a sparkle with your wine, you actually prefer a bit more of a luxurious experience. This blend of Viognier and, I'll try it again, Tamiosca Romanesca is going to be interesting. I know it's going to be interesting because I actually have tried it before. I saw it listed on a website and I ordered it. I ordered 1 bottle. And I shared it with some friends, and first of all they just thought it was a straight Viognier, but obviously it's not. It went down very well, and when I realised it was Romanian, well I knew it was Romanian, but when I realised it was Romanian, it fitted in, I just had to talk about it because it's a very special wine. Great colour. And you have just fallen into a peach and apricot crumble. That is what I'm getting on the nose. It's so rich and white fruit and soft. Wonderful. Very, very, very just smooth. I don't know if you can have a smooth smell, but there's nothing jarring, so let's just try it. And I'm not disappointed. This wine retails about £7 and it's a very pretty wine. It's called, and I'm not sure if I can pronounce this correctly, Scerta or Scorta Vineyard, single vineyard, Viognier Tamiosca Romanesca, and there's a word I definitely can't read, and it's just beautiful. It says, our Scorta Vineyard is planted on the foothills of the Carpathian Mountains in the Deliau Miar region of Romania, due north of Bucharest. Scerta, or Scorta, means the short one, and the vineyard was named after its 16th century owner, Stana Scortei, who knew that she was a local aristocrat, though we can only guess that she may have been short in stature. So it's a short wine. A delicious blend of two distinct varieties, Viognier, the noble white grape, and Tamiosca Romanesca, an indigenous Romanian variety, known locally as the frankincense grape for its aromatic qualities. The Viognier blends beautifully with the fragrant, spicy Tamiosca, a dry and very fruity style wine, best served chilled as an aperitif or with chicken and fish dishes. And it is wonderful because here we have an example of what came in after the phylloxeric period and what was already there mixed with the new stuff, and it's a real success story. This is a good buy. It's under £10, it's very drinkable, it's a summery kind of taste to it, but even now in autumnal England I could definitely drink a bit more of this. Well, that's my little blog on Romanian wines. Time to go off and learn about Hungary now, I think. Much to be learned in very little time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had as much fun as I have, and I hope you get a chance to try either both of these wines or one of them sometime soon. Thanks very much. Lulu Roberts. Bye!